Hi, I'm your host Vasco Duarte. Welcome to the Scrum Master Toolbox podcast, where we share tips and tricks from Scrum Masters around the world. Every day, we bring you inspiring answers to important questions that all Scrum Masters face day after day. Hello everybody, welcome to our Success Thursday this week with Stephane Thanasack. Hi Stephane, welcome back.
Hi Vasco, happy to be there.
Absolutely. So Thursday is Success Day here on the podcast. But before we dive into that, let's talk about one of the tools we use in order to get to that successful spot as Scrum Masters. And that's, of course, the retrospective. So share with us, Stephane, what's your favorite retrospective format and why?
I guess as Scrum Masters, if you're listening, you tried lots of them with different teams. I've been doing soccer related. Right now it's the Euro. Star Wars, Indiana Jones, etc., Back to the Future, boats, etc., etc. I changed recently during the last 2-3 years to not a format where you try to understand the problem, because at some point I felt we were stuck with a lot of maybe root causes. You spend so much time. Why, and then you have 100 of hypotheses and root causes to address. And as far as I was concerned, during individual coaching sessions, we tried to make the people move towards their ideal situations, their goal. And so I tried with the team the same process with the solution focus exercise. So first part, you try to describe what is the current situation, not the solution, but the current situation. What do you see? What are the problems? What is not working? And try to describe it as lean as possible with metrics, specifics, etc., etc. Then when you know that current situation, you want to try to really describe the ideal situation. So typically you have this magic wand, or you have one wish, and beam, your situation is ideal overnight. And now you describe with all the team what you see, not the solution, but what you see. Okay, people are happy, the environments are up, everybody is finishing their sprint 100%, etc. Once you have this current situation and the ideal situation, maybe there's the intermediate step. So it's not that you have reached the ideal situation yet, but you may be halfway, and you need to describe it very, very specifically with details. So maybe in 6-8 weeks, we will be at that moment. What do you see? And maybe the environments are up 4 days a week only. People are smiling, and maybe half of the time. And you describe the situation that is maybe that has changed in 6 weeks with very, 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 very lots of details. After that, fourth step, and that's the last one, you only have to describe what is the first step towards the intermediate. What should you do next week to be in movement and to be sure that you are on the move to your intermediate situation? Most of the time, I feel that this kind of retrospective is more productive because people are more positive on. We all like to speak about what we would want, and we spend less time on the problems, but more times on what I would like to have. And that's a powerful engine.
Absolutely. So I'm guessing you're referring to solution-focused approaches like solution-focused coaching. So I'll put the link to that book on the show notes so that people can go and take a look. The reason why I like that is also because if we are looking forward, if we're looking at our next step, we're very often getting unstuck right? And I think this was implicit in your story when you started saying that, when you do root cause analysis, you're actually stuck in the problem. You're not getting out of the problem, right? And especially in social systems, it's not like the physics of the universe. So things are not predictable and they are not all known and fully described in advance. So a lot of what we need to do is discovery, right? We need to poke the system, as some people in the systems thinking community say. And for that, what we need is to try something with an intention and then learn from the reaction that the system gives us back. And sometimes it may be exactly what we expect, or it may be something completely different, but we learn from it.
Yes, exactly. And I don't mean that we shouldn't do retrospectives with root cause analysis. We should do that often, of course. But maybe sometimes if we try to imagine the future, I know that some teams, they need that because we really like to spend time on the problems and we need to spend more time on the solutions.
Absolutely. So, Stephane, now we turn our attention to success, which is the ideal situation, as you were just describing.
Yes.
So, let's talk about what the ideal is for a Scrum Master. Share with us your definition of success for the Scrum Master role.
It might sound strange. My idea of the success is when I hear the team, if I'm the Scrum Master of the team, they say, we did it by ourselves and we didn't need any help. They feel like they managed to overcome the problems and to deliver the value to their customers by themselves, as if you were even not there. Of course, you were there as a Scrum Master, pushing them gently, influencing, helping them, supporting them. But they feel that they are autonomous. They feel independent, empowered. That's my definition of success.
So, what do you look at on a daily basis as a Scrum Master that tells you whether they are indeed moving in that direction or not? Like, what are the things you are paying attention to, the perhaps implicit metrics that you're checking to see if the
Yes.
team is evolving in that direction?
I look for what I call weak signals, more in the change of behaviors. You know, the junior developers that are more challenging with the senior ones more acknowledging the junior ones. Maybe some product owners that start to say, let's try to take less in the sprint and give more value to our customers. To hear a developer maybe ask, why do we need to do that? And what is the value that we are going to give to our customers? People more talking about the customers and the personas more than themselves and their opinions. So when I see the change shifting towards the business value and the business goal, and with a team that is working hard and maybe give more space in the discussions for the customer and the client, then I know the team has changed their mindset.
Absolutely. Paying attention to the change of behaviors. I think that's a beautiful way to describe what should be one of the focus of our observation. We very often talk about observation here on the podcast, and one might ask, observe what? Well, observe the behaviors of the people around you, and of course the consequences of those behaviors, and see if they're changing, right? So we had a retrospective about welcoming criticism. Okay, great. So let's see during the sprint if we are indeed giving and receiving criticism.
Sure. I have feedback. Giving feedback is a key. And big managers, top managers coming on the floor, looking at the visual management, which is more digital today. You can feel it in the air when you're walking around, the people buzzing, but with concentration and focus and happy to be there and to devote their time and their energy to deliver value to the customer, because it makes sense. It has purpose. And today, more than ever, I think that now that we are maybe at the end of this COVID crisis, people need to have a sense of purpose and impact when they get back to work in the physical space.
Yeah, absolutely. Something to definitely think about as Scrum Masters, as we have huge influence in how we set that up. Thank you very much for sharing that with us, Stephane. Part of a successful Scrum Master job is to help the product owner. Tomorrow we explore that critical role in Scrum, the product owner role. Tune in to learn about product owner anti-patterns, what you can do to help the product owner, and a real-life example of what a great product owner is and what made it so. Tomorrow on our Friday Product Owner episode. See you tomorrow. We really hope you liked our show. And if you did, why not rate this podcast on Stitcher or iTunes? Share this podcast and let other Scrum Masters know about this valuable resource for their work. Remember that sharing is caring.